Hey guys, Chris Clothier here with another episode of The Grind, powered by REI Nation. We are coming to you live. I'm live. I don't know that you're watching it live, but I am definitely live here as I'm recording it. You're going to be watching it at some point in the future, and by then, I can promise you that there will already be other investors who are taking advantage of what I'm going to share with you today. And I know that for a fact because over the last 4 to 8 weeks, we've seen a massive increase in the number of self-directed IRA investors that are using their IRA to purchase real estate. But the phenomena, I guess for lack of a better word, what's been occurring that I wanted to share with you, whether you currently have a self-directed IRA, whether you have been investigating them to possibly set one up, whether you've already invested or not already invested, or if this is just something that you would use over the next year. I want you to understand something. The bad news with the self-directed IRA is that you can't take the money out. You can only use the money after, I believe, 59 and a half. Until then, it just has to sit there and grow. While it is sitting there, we as investors need to be taking advantage of every even little small opportunity to continue to build an IRA. Traditionally, IRAs go into money markets, index funds, the stock market, companies, whatever it ends up being, and you are absolutely at the you're just at the will of the market, okay? And the only way to make it grow, there's two ways to make it grow. One is to put more money in, and two is for have it to perform. So the stock market goes up and now you've made money. But the day the stock market goes down, you've lost money. That's the problem, in my opinion, with investing in a traditional IRA type platform. Lucky for us, someone somewhere saw the need to allow investors to be able to self-direct their IRAs. In other words, I want to invest in what I want to invest in. There's a lot of rules around using a self-directed IRA, but those rules allow us to invest in investment real estate, not personal residences and not vacation homes we're going to go stay in, not that kind of stuff, but actually invest into passive real estate investments, tailor-made for the turnkey industry where I would say greater than 90% of the investors are buying far from home, super passive, hiring a management company to take care of it for them. And what we've seen in the last 8 weeks is this influx of investors that are coming in saying, I have 10 plus years in my IRA before I'm going to retire. Many use their self-directed IRA to purchase real estate over the past decade. And the beauty of using the self-directed IRA to buy real estate is that there are companies out there who specialize in lending to you as a borrower using your self-directed IRA. A very super simple bit of math here. All right, I'm going to throw it up right here. $100,000 property, okay? And you have $50,000 in your IRA. There is a company out there that will give you the other $50,000 to buy this $100,000 property. Now, you've taken your $50,000 IRA and turned it into a $100,000 IRA that owns a piece of property. The $50,000 is paid back over the next 10 years by the rent. So the rent pays the note on the $50,000 that you borrow. In 10 years, you paid off the note. So now you have a piece of property that you paid $100,000 for 10 years ago with a $50,000 IRA. The wonderful thing about real estate is, though, this $100,000 property is now valued at $135,000. So you took your $50,000 IRA and turned it into $135,000 in 10 years. Now, a lot of investors did this multiple times over. So they took, again, a larger IRA, say a $250,000 IRA, and they turned it into a $500,000 valued portfolio. Well, that portfolio is now paid off or paid down substantially for those that have only owned for 5 years. But the value of the properties they purchased has gone up substantially. So now there is a lot of equity left in what they own. The difference between the value of it and then what they owe on what they borrowed. Investors now are coming back in because the same company that lent to them the first time says, I will lend you on the equity in your IRA. So you don't have to put any more money down. You don't have to put money in. You can borrow the equity to purchase real estate. Again, quick example. An investor who 5 years ago took a $250,000 IRA, bought a $500,000 portfolio, owes now $125,000 on their loan on a portfolio worth $750,000. They have a $600,000 spread equity in their IRA today. If they took half of that, so $300,000, and bought a $300,000 portfolio with it, now their portfolio is worth over $1 million, and it started at $250,000. Now they have to pay off this note now. Now they have a $450,000 note, but it's paid for by all of the rents brought in by the entire portfolio. So now, because you have time, you cannot take money out of your self-directed IRA before you're 59 and a half. Investors are coming to us saying, I want to use my equity to build a bigger portfolio to pay off before I turn 59 and a half. And they are literally supercharging the size of their portfolio. They are doubling and tripling their portfolios because the value of the property they bought has gone up. They have paid their debt down. They paid principal down tremendously because these are short-term loans. These are meant to be paid off very, very quickly. They take up all of the rent. So these are not cash flow. When you put these deals together, they're not cash flow, but they don't need to be. Because what you're buying is the value of the asset. You're doubling the size of your portfolio. You don't grow through cash flow. You go through acquisition of a larger portfolio, and then you continue to right size it, make it bigger and bigger and bigger. Any investor that has 20 years or greater until they're going to be able to tap into their self-directed IRA needs to be taking advantage of this today. Because you can, again, you have a quality custodian that assists you in setting up your self-directed IRA. A high quality, look, you need to be doing business with good turnkey companies, and you need to be doing business with good lenders who specialize in lending to self-directed IRAs. They all exist, and you can reach out to us. We have all these contacts. But on top of that, you need a really high quality turnkey company, because here's a very important note. You never spend 100% of your self-directed IRA on a portfolio. You limit yourself to, I will only spend 80%. You leave 20% in there for cushion in case a property goes vacant and needs a little bit of work. The rent doesn't come in 1 month. You always leave room in there in your self-directed IRA. So you only use 80% of your self-directed IRA to purchase real estate. But you can quickly double your investment. And then once you've doubled your investment, you can double it again if you buy good quality properties with good quality companies. And we're seeing this happen more frequently today. That's one of the things I want to talk about. And the reason why I wanted to jump on here is because of the last 8 weeks, I know that we've done more than a dozen of these with different investors. And now we're starting to have more investors call us and say, hey, I'm very interested in this right now because I have, greater than 5 years until I'm going to retire. And so I want to take this opportunity to use the equity I have in the portfolio I've built and leverage it against more property. No cash out of pocket. At this point, you don't have to bring cash because you have the equity in the house itself. All right. So if this is something that you're interested in, if this is something you want to learn more about, guys, click the link right down here below. We will put in the comments down here or in our description where you can click into a link, get onto the phone with one of of our portfolio advisors, somebody at our company that can help just kind of explain and walk you through this. If you already have somebody that you do business with and this kind of sparks the idea that you want to go build your portfolio with them, pick up the phone and call them. This is a great way for you to be able to use a self-directed IRA and build out a portfolio. And the beauty of it is you can't touch it till you're 59 and a half. So there's zero reason to just sit on something like this. You need to be actively using equity over and over and over again to build out a portfolio. The last piece I'm going to tell you this, and this is the part that is often missed, is that the first time you do this, if you buy 1 or 2 properties, you have 1 or 2 rents coming in. The second time you do it, if you buy 2 to 3 more properties, now you have 5 properties with rent coming in. So you pay off your loan twice as fast as you did the first time. When you use equity a third time to build a portfolio, you can literally double the size of your portfolio and have it paid off, the debt paid off in half the time it took when you originally started. So if you already investing in real estate, this is a great way to build your portfolio super fast. Guys, thank you so much for joining me today. I hope this tip helped. I would love to know in the comments if this is something that you're using, if you use this strategy to get out there and build your portfolio. I wish everyone great success, guys. And until we get a chance to meet again, commit to the grind. We'll see you.